I wanted to take a quick look at using Deis Workflow to deploy using a Dockerfile. So let's take a look at what we got here. I have a repo right here with my awesome game called Croc Hunter. I'm going to plug it a lot because I think it's awesome. Now what I've actually added to the repo this time, for those who have watched the other videos, is just the Dockerfile here. So if I take a look at the Dockerfile, you can see all the usual suspects. So this will go through and actually build and create a Dockerfile. So let's just go and pass that information on to Deis. So use Deis create. Let's create an application and attach a get remote. Oh, I already have a get remote. So let's actually rename and say what it wants to do here. I have an existing remote attached. Okay, so get remote dash v. I should have Deis and Deis old. So Molten Odometer is my current application. So Deis apps. Okay, so I have Molten Odometer that I'm working on this time. So all I really need to do is push my app in to that Git repo that's hosted by Deis Workflow. So let's go ahead and do that. Git push Deis master. So what this is going to do is push it up into that Deis repo. And Deis Workflow is going to take a look and see that there's a Dockerfile in there, build the container, and actually deploy it as an application. So what should happen here is it should interpret it, and then you'll see it go through the standard Docker build commands. Now, I think this is really interesting if you don't want to publish to Docker Hub or you want things built in real time. Creating the Dockerfile wasn't too much effort on my part, and putting it in the repo is fantastic. So this is another quick way to get an app up and running, and you have the flexibility of having Deis Workflow actually build the Docker image for you and pass it in and create the app and work all that magic for you. So that shouldn't take too long here. If you take a look after the app has been deployed, we can do all kinds of things. So we can version and scale. I'll do another quick video on how we can do those kind of things, more advanced topics after you've deployed your app. In this video, I just wanted to show how you would actually deploy using the Dockerfile method rather than a Docker image that's already built and published somewhere. So we should see some action here fairly shortly. I think the Docker build, it's only going to push out the information of the build once it's actually happened. So stand by, and if I could roll music you would see it, but we should get something back fairly soon. While we're here waiting, I can say that using this kind of workflow is actually really great from a developer experience. I bring my repo, most often already started to write the code, and I'm just attaching a Git remote and pushing it up and having it built. Great user experience. So as you can see right now, there's the output of all my Docker build steps. So I've published to the internal registry, build's complete, I'm launching the app right now. And once this is done, I should have the app up and running. So fantastic, I have it. Let's go and prove that I have Molten Odometer running. So if I run Deis open, we should see that my app comes up. Let's take a look. Okay, so my app is indeed there and it's running. Awesome source. Let's take a look at Deis apps info. Actually, I can just run it because I've got a Git remote. Okay, so you can see that I have one running here and it's all up to date. I could also take a look at Deis releases just to see what that's done. Okay, so created initial release and then done v2 deploy. So that's all there is to it. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for some more advanced topics to come. Thanks.